Good morning and welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Leslie. I'll be your host. I'm the Community Programs Coordinator at Friends of Balboa Park. We wanted to bring you inside a sneak peek behind the Poinsettia display inside the Botanical Building of Balboa Park in sunny San Diego, California. So throughout this video, if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll try to get to them. And if you guys can hear us okay, if you can like the video, we would greatly appreciate it. Just want to make sure we don't have any other technical difficulties. This morning we have a special guest with us. We have John Bolthouse, the Executive Director of Friends of Balboa Park. Morning, John.
Good morning, Leslie.
So I guess just tell us a little bit more about who Friends of Balboa Park is.
Well, Friends of Balboa Park is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We were founded in 1999, so we're about to celebrate our 20th anniversary next year. What we do is we help the Parks and Recreation Department here in the city of San Diego with some small and medium-sized park improvement projects here in the park, and goodness knows we can use all the help we can get. This park is well over 100 years old. Actually, it's 150 years old, and so it needs as much TLC as it can get.
Wonderful. So what type of projects and programs does Friends of Balboa Park focus on?
Okay, you know the answer to this question, right?
well, for our viewers who don't know.
Well, yeah, as I mentioned, we try to take on park improvement projects, try to help with some of the deferred maintenance here in Balboa Park. Our most recent projects include the Carillon speakers at the historic California Tower. We raised the money to replace those speakers, and now what you see over there is you don't see the speakers. You only hear the speakers, and you only hear the Carillon. So it's a better quality sound, and the speakers are actually hidden. We've also done some restoration work on some of the historical, the built environment here in Balboa Park, including the gatehouses at the far west end of the historic Cabrillo Bridge in Sefton Plaza. We do some waterwise projects around the park, and we also do a bunch of horticultural enhancements here in the park.
Ah, wonderful. So for those of you who are just tuning in, we're here today in the Botanical Building in Balboa Park in San Diego, California, with Friends of Balboa Park's Executive Director, John Bolthouse. Now, John, can you give us a little bit more history about where we are exactly, like the significance of this building?
So this is the iconic Botanical Building here in Balboa Park, and you will, if you do a Google search of Balboa Park, this is one of those icons of the park that will come up as far as imagery. It's known around the world. Extraordinary piece of architecture. It was built for the 1915 Panama, California Exposition that was held here in San Diego. At the time, it was the largest lab building in the entire world. It's been surpassed since then, but it's still just an extraordinary place to roam around and see some wonderful plants that are both California native but also tropical. You'll see tropical plants. You will see, certainly you'll have palms, euphorbias, a few succulents, some cycads, plants from around the world. You will even see some carnivorous plants here. And yes, there are carnivorous plants. There are plants that actually eat meat, bugs, and it's just a really extraordinary place to come to take a walk and to see more than 2,000 different specimens of plants here.
Wow, that's a lot. So we get a common question, and I kind of want to just bring this up before we really dive into before we dive into the poinsettia. So, do you know, is there an actual official way to pronounce it? Is it poinsettia or is it poinsettia?
Whatever you'd like. You hear different ways of it pronounced around the world. The way it's spelled is probably poinsettia, but there's poinsettia. There's probably not a wrong way of saying it. So, but it is known, if it's easier for you to pronounce it, it is also known as the Christmas star. So when you say Christmas star in plant jargon, everyone will know what you're talking about.
Ah, okay, all right. So we got our answers figured out here. So we just had a fun question. So we'll have a contest. So whoever guesses how many poinsettia plants are inside the Botanical Building, the person with the closest answer will get a fun and free gift from Friends of Balboa Park. So leave your comments, and it's just good for today until midnight Pacific Standard Time. And so put in your guesses today. So I guess let's get a little bit more into detail about, so this is one of Friends of Balboa Park's seasonal floral displays. And John, can you elaborate more on that for us?
Yeah, this is one of the seasonal displays that we do throughout the year. We do Easter lilies in the springtime, we do pumpkins in the fall, we do orchids in the summertime, and of course around the holidays we do the poinsettias. We actually inherited this program, this beautification program, from what was called an organization called City Beautiful here in San Diego. We inherited the program from them in 2008 after they dissolved. But the idea with City Beautiful was to help supplement a declining level of funding that was going into the city of San Diego in the beautification of the city, and in particular Balboa Park. So folks, representatives of City Beautiful said, hey, we want to see this program continued. Friends of Balboa Park said, we agree, we want to take this on. So thanks to the philanthropic community, we've had hundreds and hundreds of donors over the years who have given of their personal treasure to help make this display possible every year.
Wonderful. So I guess, since you mentioned that Friends of Balboa Park has a focus on the horticulture in Balboa Park, I mean, how does Friends fundraise for this?
Right. Well, excellent question. We are a nonprofit, and we're not able to succeed here in Balboa Park without the help of the philanthropic community, the community at large, the citizens of San Diego, and the corporate community here. We make displays like this possible. Our Adopt a Plot program, the improvements throughout the park possible because of those tax-deductible donations. Some of our other horticultural efforts in the park include, I mentioned the Adopt a Plot program. That's a great program that was introduced just a few years ago that was effectively introduced to enable members of the community to have a say and to have a hand in the beautification of various areas of the park. It's really taken off. There are currently 43 plots that have been designated around Balboa Park for beautification as adoptable. About half of those are adopted, and you can really see the difference that's been made. So we hope to continue that and get the word out that members of the community can really help make a difference in the beautification of Balboa Park.
Wonderful. So some of you that may be watching might be wondering, it's like, well, how can I get involved and I want to make things like this possible? Because, I mean, this display is not just for the donors. This is actually seen by hundreds and thousands of people that visit San Diego, visit Balboa Park and the Botanical building. You can actually dedicate plants throughout the whole year, either for the Easter lilies, pumpkins, or orchids, and of course the poinsettias, just for a $25 dollar donation for each dedication. And you can actually also become a member at Friends of Balboa Park. So, let's see. Do we have any questions? All right. Perfect. All right, then don't forget to add in your guesses for how many plants you think are actually in the poinsettia display in the Botanical building. So we thank you all so much for your time and for watching the video. We thank John for his time and being part of it. And we hope to see you all soon. So to learn more about Friends of Balboa Park, visit us on our website, www.friendsofbalboapark.org. And also come check out the displays. They're here year-round. Poinsettias are here through early January. Botanical building is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Fridays through Wednesdays. And it is free, so come on in. If you're always wondering what there is to do for free, come on in, and we'll see you guys next time.